This is Plant-Based Briefing, Guide to Electrolytes, Essential Nutrients for Hydration and Beyond, Part 2 by Ocean Robbins at foodrevolution.org. And I'm Marian Erickson, your host. This is a plant-based podcast where I find, get permission, and narrate a variety of articles on plant-based and vegan living in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. Today's article is a little bit longer, so it's a two-parter. I read part 1 yesterday, so go back and listen to that first, and then come back here for part 2. So now let's get to today's Plant-Based Briefing. Guide to Electrolytes, Essential Nutrients for Hydration and Beyond, Part 2 by Ocean Robbins at foodrevolution.org. Calcium. Another electrolyte, calcium, is necessary for bone health, muscle contractions, blood clotting, and nerve function. Too little calcium, as measured in blood, not bone, is called hypocalcemia and may result from insufficient dietary calcium, certain drugs, or problems with the kidneys. Most commonly, though, hypocalcemia is caused by either vitamin D deficiency or diseases of the parathyroid glands. Mild hypocalcemia is quite common and rarely shows up as symptoms. Too much calcium in the blood, called hypercalcemia, is usually a result of overactive parathyroid glands. Less common causes include cancer, certain other medical disorders, some medications, and taking too much calcium and vitamin D in supplement form. The recommended dietary allowance for adults 18 years and older is 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day, but the best way to prevent a calcium imbalance is by getting healthy sources of calcium from food, treating medical conditions that may affect your calcium levels, and getting enough vitamin D. See article linked here. Contrary to popular belief stoked by dairy industry marketing, you don't need to consume dairy to maintain your calcium levels. Healthier and more sustainable sources of calcium include seeds, beans, nuts, leafy greens, and organic soy. For more on calcium, see our article linked here. Magnesium. Magnesium is essential for nerve function, muscle contraction, enzyme activity, and maintaining a healthy heartbeat. Having a low magnesium level is called hypomagnesemia, which it turns out is not the medical term for a deficiency of magazine subscriptions, and yes, I did Google it to make sure. The recommended dietary allowance of magnesium for men 19 years or older is 400 to 420 milligrams and 310 to 320 for women. If a person's magnesium level is low, it's usually because they're not eating enough of it or because their intestines are not absorbing it properly. Sometimes, though, hypomagnesemia develops because the kidneys or intestines excrete too much magnesium, usually due to medications. Hypomagnesemia may occur in tandem with low levels of calcium and potassium. Some people deem magnesium deficiency a public health crisis due to how common and widespread it is. An estimated half of the U.S. population is consuming a magnesium-deficient diet. Symptoms of early magnesium deficiency can include constipation, fatigue, loss of appetite, and weakness, which can eventually lead to more severe complications if untreated. Too much magnesium in the blood is called hypermagnesemia. However, it's very rare and can be caused by extremely high doses of supplemental magnesium as well as kidney failure. A key strategy for preventing a magnesium imbalance is to get enough from your food while keeping your other electrolytes in balance. Some of the best dietary sources of magnesium are nuts and seeds, spinach, fortified plant-based milks, legumes, dark chocolate, and avocado. And at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I'm so glad vinyl is making a comeback so I can keep using that metaphor, it might be a good idea to check with a healthcare professional about any medications, supplements, or medical conditions that may interfere with your magnesium levels. For more on magnesium, see our article linked here. Other electrolytes to know. 3 other electrolytes get less press, largely because deficiencies are far less common. Bicarbonate, chloride, and phosphorus are also electrolytes. However, you will typically see imbalances of these electrolytes in conjunction with kidney disorders or as downstream effects of another more primary electrolyte imbalance. What all this means. So, to summarize, when it comes to electrolytes, there are 3 main concerns to watch out for. 1. Sodium and potassium imbalance. Most people in the modern world are getting too much sodium and too little potassium, creating a problematic imbalance. Eating less sodium and more potassium-rich foods is good advice for most of us. 2. Lack of specific electrolytes. In addition to the lack of potassium in the modern diet, up to half of us are also deficient in magnesium. And for some, calcium can become a concern too, although vitamin D can be very helpful in supporting calcium absorption. For our article on vitamin D, click here. And 3, water/electrolyte balance. When we sweat, and especially when engaging in intense physical activity such as hiking, tennis, or running, it's important to replenish lost moisture. As a rule of thumb, you need about a quart of liquid for every hour in the sun or during strenuous exercise. But when you perspire, you're not just losing water, you're also losing minerals, so it's important to replenish your electrolytes as well. You can do this with the aid of an electrolyte powder mixed with water, a drink that naturally includes some electrolytes, such as fruit juice or coconut water, or some mineral-rich snacks. For our article on best practices for safe, healthy, and sustainable hiking, click here. Electrolyte balancing recipes. For most people, a diverse diet based around whole plant foods will deliver plenty of sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and all the other electrolytes, thus helping to ensure a healthy electrolyte balance. So in general, there's no need for highly marketed sports drinks in plastic bottles to replenish electrolytes lost during exercise or extended time outdoors. In fact, you can save money, reduce plastic waste, and eliminate unwanted ingredients like artificial colorings and refined sugar, which are commonly found in many sports drinks. Instead, opt for fresh-from-your-kitchen ingredients to help your body function at its best with these simple and wholesome electrolyte-containing recipes. Click the links for full recipes. 1. Beet Carrot Turmeric Juice. Beet Carrot Turmeric Juice may be the DIY electrolyte recovery drink that can do it all. It provides a refreshing combination of antioxidants, anti-inflammatory properties, and essential electrolytes, making it a nourishing option for hydration and an active lifestyle. What's more, it's a healthier alternative to many commercially available sports drinks that often contain added sugars and artificial ingredients. Don't have a juicer? No problem. Blender instructions for this powerful packed juice are provided as well. Number 2. Pumpkin Seed Poppers. Pumpkin seed poppers come with plenty of fiber, magnesium, potassium, zinc, and iron. This mineral-rich and absolutely delicious bite-sized appetizer results in quick, easy, and efficient nutrition to encourage healthy electrolyte balance. No neon-colored drinks required. Take a few ounces on the trail and enjoy a handful alongside a swig of water for a hydrating and electrolyte replenishing break. And number 3, bibimbap. Bibim, meaning mixed in Korean, is the perfect way to describe this nourishing plant-based bibimbap, thanks to the wide variety of nutrient-dense ingredients, including mineral-rich tofu and vegetables like spinach, bean sprouts, and mushrooms. This mix of nourishing plant-based ingredients is a fun, lively, and nutritious meal to include often in your recipe rotation, especially if your goal is to consume an abundance of electrolyte-rich minerals. The bottom line about electrolytes. Electrolytes are minerals that carry an electrical charge when dissolved in water and include sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, bicarbonate, chloride, and phosphorus. They're essential for hydration, nerve function, and muscle contractions in the body. Imbalances in electrolytes can lead to health issues like irregular heart rhythms, muscle weakness, seizures, and even death if left untreated. So to avoid an electrolyte imbalance, you don't need to reach for sugary sports drinks. Instead, stay hydrated, maintain a diverse diet with electrolyte-rich foods, moderate your salt intake, and check with your healthcare team about any medications or health conditions that may affect your electrolyte levels. You just listened to Guide to Electrolytes, Essential Nutrients for Hydration and Beyond, Part 2, by Ocean Robbins at foodrevolution.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. If you'd like to check out some related episodes, I'll link these in the show notes, but check out 234, Sports Drinks Are Neither Safe Nor Effective by Dr. Michael Greger at Nutrition Facts, and 826 and 827, All About Magnesium by Ocean Robbins at foodrevolution.org. And you have got to check out these recipes. You can find a link to the original post in the show notes as always. And the beet carrot turmeric juice, it's something I'm going to try because I've been struggling with muscle cramping in this wickedly hot, muggy weather. I play and teach pickleball here in North Carolina, and staying hydrated is tough, and sometimes I do consume those energy drinks, but I know all of the junk that's in them, so I try not to. So I'm going to make it like a smoothie rather than juice because I like the fiber that's kept when you blend things rather than juice them. But essentially, it's 1 cup of beets, 1 cup carrots, half an apple, 1 medium cucumber, 2 tablespoons of fresh turmeric, a dash of black pepper to help with the curcumin absorption from the turmeric, and a 1/4 cup of lime juice. These directions say if you're doing it in a blender, then squeeze it out through a milk bag, but I'm going to try it out just as a smoothie. I don't understand why it wouldn't be good that way, but I will let you know. And I can't believe I got to this age with never having heard of this, but I've never heard of bibimbap before. I had to even look up how to pronounce it. But looking at this recipe, it looks amazing, and it's essentially, from what I can tell, similar to what we call a tofu rice bowl. That's one of our staples. So check out the link and all those delicious recipes, and please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.